My name is Courtney Taylor, and I am a recreation specialist with Mecklenburg County Park and Recreation. We would like to thank you all so very much for participating in our virtual programs. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to our Mecklenburg County YouTube channel. Welcome back, my origami friends. Today I have two pieces that I'm very excited to share with you. Growing up, I always loved to travel and see the world, so today I will be doing two paper airplane tutorials. Our first plane will be the classic dart paper airplane. This plane is great for speed and distance. And our second plane will be an origami miniature jet plane. It doesn't fly, but it's very fun to make and it's very cool to look at. I hope you all enjoy these two tutorials. So grab 2 sheets of 8.5 by 11-inch paper, find a flat surface, and let's get into it. The first paper plane we're going to create today is the simple yet classic dart plane. This plane is called the dart plane because of its nice straight and pointed edge. First, you will need to grab your 8.5 by 11-inch sheet of paper and lay it out on the table in front of you, portrait style. Next, we're going to take the left side of the paper and fold it over to touch the right side of the paper. It will look like this. Make sure that your edges are lined up and you get a nice sharp crease in your paper. Next, we're going to take one top corner of our paper and fold it down to meet that middle crease that we just made. We're gonna fold that down, get a nice sharp crease again. Use your fingernail if you need to. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Take this corner and bring it to the middle of our paper to meet that crease that we just made earlier when we first began. Now you should have something like this. We have our 2 folds here and here, and then a nice crease in the middle of our paper. Okay. Now we are going to fold this corner into our paper, and it's going to look like this. I'm using my fingernail to get a nice sharp crease. And then I'm going to flatten that out. Okay, there's one sharp crease. Essentially, all I am doing is, again, bringing this side of the paper over to the middle to meet the middle of our paper. Okay, and then we're folding. Your paper should look something like this. Now, we're going to take our paper and fold it up, fold it in half. And it's already creased, but you can go ahead and give it another crease if you would like. Make sure everything is nice and even. All of our lines are nice and sharp. So your paper should look something like this. And if you turn it over, everything should be lined up on the opposite side. Just like this. Now, we're going to take this top corner and fold it down to meet this bottom corner. And we have to fold almost at an angle so that we're getting a nice even fold down the center of this triangle to create the wings of our plane. So I'm just gonna kind of pre-crease with my fingernail. I do that so that I can ensure that I get a nice even fold when I actually press down. I'm gonna line up these edges here, and then I'm going to fold or crease and press all the way down to the point. We want our point to be nice and sharp so that our plane goes very far. Okay, now we have one wing done. Your paper should look something like this. You're going to flip it over and do the same thing on the opposite side. So again, I'm bringing this side down to touch this side. And I'm gonna pre-crease with my nail again to kind of give myself an even fold. And I'm gonna line everything up as neatly as I can. And then I'm going to fold. And create nice, sharp creases. Again, you can use your fingernail. Now your paper should look something like this. And then you grab the plane by this part right here and open the wings up. Give it a nice little crease to straighten out that bottom point so we get it nice and sharp. Use your fingernails. And there you have it. The dart plane. These are really good for going really fast and really far if you want to have a race with your friends or anything like that. It's definitely one of my favorite planes to make. The next plane I will be showing you is one of my favorites design-wise. This is going to be called the mini jet plane. And I give it that name obviously because it's small in size and it's shaped like a jet. So let's get started. This time you will need another 8.5 by 11 inch sheet of paper, and you are going to place it out in front of you horizontally. Our first fold is going to be a fold down the middle, or as some teachers like to call it, hamburger style. Or you can almost compare this to a card fold, if you will. So we're gonna make sure our sides are lined up evenly, and then we're going to make a nice crease over here on the side. Your paper should look like this. Next, you'll open that back up, and we are going to make 2 dog ear folds on each top corner of our paper. So all we're doing is grabbing the corner and bringing it to the middle of our paper to meet that line that we just created with our first fold. You want to make sure everything's lined up and crease. Then we'll do the same thing on the other side. Make sure we're all lined up and just press down. Now your paper should look like something like this. So now that we've got our 2 folds here, we're going to turn our paper and make 2 more folds at the bottom. I like to turn my paper this way because it makes it a little bit easier, but you can turn it however you would like to. So we're just gonna bring this corner over to meet this corner. So we're gonna fold and crease. Then we're gonna turn our paper around and do the same thing on the other side, of course. Turn and crease, fold and crease. Okay, so we have 4 folds here, 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 and here, and you should have a nice diamond shape with your paper. And it should look like this. Now that we've got our big folds facing up, it's gonna make this next step a little bit simpler. All you're going to do is bring these 2 corners up and fold them over the top. Again, if you feel more comfortable turning your paper another way, that's okay too. Just make sure everything is lined up and folded correctly. It's okay if you have to go back and unfold and refold certain pieces of your paper. That happens sometimes. So I'm going to press everything down. This side's giving me a little bit of trouble. Okay, we're going to press down, press down. There you have it. Now you should have a nice triangle shape. Next, we're going to fold these 2 sides of our triangle up to meet the center point at the top. It does not matter what side you fold first because we're doing the same thing on each side. Just make sure everything is nice and lined up. So all I did was fold this point up to meet the point at the top. And of course, I'm going to repeat that same step on this side of my paper. Of course, you can always use your nail to press down those sides a little bit more if you need to. Okay, now you should have a nice square shape like this. And we're going to flip our paper over. And you should see a little subtle crease down the middle, and your paper should be facing kind of like a diamond. So you want your square to look like a diamond right now for this next step. We're going to take this corner and bring them over to meet that center line that I just told you should see. And it's going to look like this. You're just bringing those corners over to meet the middle. Line that up, press down, and repeat that same step on the opposite side. You can also turn your paper this way if it's better, if it's easier for you. Now your paper should look something like this. Next, we're going to fold this piece in half, or as some teachers like to say, hot dog style. And you should get this shape with your paper. And if you flip it over, it looks the same. Now you are going to open your paper up and grab it from this side, which should be thicker. And your paper should look something like this. You just want to make sure everything is as even as it can be. Inspect it a little bit, make sure you like that. Otherwise, you can go back and redo your folds if you would like, just to clean it up a bit. Moving on, we're going to make the wings. So I like to turn my paper this way because we're going to take this side of our paper and bring it up to meet this side of our paper. So something like that. And you're gonna fold on a diagonal, similar to the same way you made the wings for the dart airplane. And I really like to use my nail to get a nice point, a nice fold. So there's our first wing. Your paper should look something like this. And we're going to flip it over and do the exact same thing on the other side. You can also use this wing as a guide to let you know if you're folding the other wing correctly, because they should line up once you fold that side over. Again, bringing this side over to meet this side. Okay, there are your wings. Now we have to add the tail. So you're going to open that back up. You're going to fold this point over a little bit, just to kind of help you pre-crease for the inverted fold that we will be doing next. Lightly press down, not too much, because you're not keeping it right there. And then bring that flat back up. Fold your paper back over. Then you're going to pinch in the middle of your plane, kind of so this part opens up. And all you want to do is push this point back and up. And it should go into the middle of the plane. And then you're going to flatten your wings out. And there you have it, the miniature jet plane. So here are our finished products: the dart plane and the origami jet plane. Again, I would like to thank you all for participating and following along with today's activity. Be sure to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and follow us on social media at MEC Park Rec for updates and more. See you next time.